Hi you all, I am Jillian and I'm making this video for you, yes of course, but also selfishly for me. I have been a NASM certified personal trainer for the past 6 years, and one of my specializations in that has been in stretching and flexibility. I don't know if you're like me, but at the end of a workout, the last thing I want to do is stretch. So I feel like I need someone to guide me through the stretches and really hold me accountable to holding the stretches as long as I need to for them to actually work. So I'm going to be making some videos. If you like them, I will make more to just help you at the end of a workout to get the stretching in for the muscle groups you just worked. Today we're going to be working on the quads, and these are going to be the type of stretches that you'll do after a workout that involves squatting, lunging, step-ups, leg extensions, anything that's going to be like using those push muscles for the quadriceps. So let's get into it. Let's start just breathing from where we are. Thanking your body for all that it's given you and meeting yourself in this space. I think one of the hardest aspects of stretching is just taking time to slow down. So let your breath slow and start to give this time and space to your beautiful body. And on your next exhale, let's go ahead and make our way onto your back. We're going to start with a figure 4 just to open up those hips, which get really tight when we're working the quads. So crossing one foot over your knee, you can stay here, opening up that knee away from you if that feels like enough. If it doesn't, go ahead and hold the underbelly of your thigh. And we're just going to breathe here. Now, one thing about our muscles is that we want to hold each stretch for at least 30 seconds. Our bodies don't really take us seriously before that 30-second mark. So we're going to breathe about 6 deep breaths before we move into the next stretch. So give me about 3 more here. Inhale. And as you exhale, perhaps pull that lower leg even closer to you, opening up those hips even more. One more deep breath. Ooh, yeah. Gently switch so other leg comes over. We can keep it here on the mat or grab that leg that's underneath. And as you're here, make sure that your neck and shoulders are relaxed. With every exhale, try to breathe release into where you feel tension. In all of this, my friends, we don't want to push it. We just want to meet our bodies where they are today. So as you exhale, do deepen the stretch a bit, but don't try to go beyond what your body has the capacity for today. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Take both legs from underneath, gently roll yourself up, and we're going to meet in a runner stretch. Now, for the remainder of these stretches today, if you have knees that like a little bit more support, go ahead and grab a pillow or a towel. I know sometimes that helps my knees to feel like there's just more cushion because there literally is. So let's meet ourselves in tabletop. We're going to go into a runner stretch here. So I'd like for you to be in tabletop. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Knees are right underneath your hips, and I'm going to have you swing your right foot forward. Now, this might require a little finagling. That is totally fine. If you need to get her up there by using your hand a little bit, that's fine. And as you're here, go ahead and sink your left hips down toward the ground. Start to lengthen through your beautiful body. We don't want any sagging here. Make sure you keep those shoulders away from your ears and feel like your spine is as long as she can get. You're like a unicorn, proud of that horn. Feel that lengthening happening here. 2 more deep breaths. If you'd like to go down to forearms in this one, you can start with your left forearm and go down. And then if that feels good, go down to your right. We can also just stay here. 1 more deep breath. Now, I'd like for you to take your right foot, turn it out however far feels good, and you're really gonna feel that in those hips, and your left quad's gonna get even more of a stretch here. Again, feeling like a beautiful lengthened unicorn. And now I'm gonna go with you if you'd like to join me in forearms. I'm gonna go left arm first. Feel out how that feels, and if this is it for you, that's totally fine. But if that feels good, let's go down to right forearm as well. Three more deep breaths. Feeling like your right hip is pulling back. And your hips are just sinking to the floor. One more deep breath. Gorgeous. Okay, come back up to those palms. We're gonna gently fade back into the left hip, and I'm gonna have you walk your right leg over into Pigeon Pose. Ideally, this shin would be parallel with the top of your mat. I am just not that flexible, so mine's gonna come in a little bit. Wherever that is for you though, we want your hips to be nice and square. So making sure that wherever your right leg needs to be, your left hip is hinging forward, ooh, and that those hips are squared off, so right hip is coming back. So we're gonna hold pigeon for this 30 seconds together. And again, if the upright is feeling good, maybe we come down to forearms. Really let yourself sink into this. Use the gravity that's given to you. Ooh, yes. And maybe you wanna come all the way down to your arms resting your forehead. Giving me 2 more deep breaths here. Hips are squared. Relax your glutes. 1 more deep breath. Good, dear one. Come back up. Okay, we're gonna meet back in your runner's stretch. Right foot is still forward. We're almost there on this side. Hanging out here. We're gently gonna shift forward so that we're on the muscle and not on the kneecap. And if it feels okay to do so, I'm gonna have you wrap your left arm around and grab that left foot. Sinking everything forward as you look back toward that left foot. Oh yeah. Ooh, this is a deep one, y'all. Keep breathing. Again, this would be a time when you put that pillow or towel underneath if this doesn't feel good, but hopefully it does. We have 1 more deep breath. Pull that foot in even closer. Oh my goodness, and gently come out of it. Oh, let's sink back into child's pose just for a moment. Thanking your body for that stretch, because as we come back up to tabletop, we're gonna do it on the other side. So meeting ourselves in tabletop, let's swing that left foot forward, hoisting it if you need to. And we're just gonna hang here, coming down to forearms if you like, but I'm kind of digging how feeling the length of my spine is feeling on this one. So whatever feels good for you. Sink those hips. Starting to open up that right quad and hip. With each exhale, deepening the gravity in those hips, lengthening through your torso. 1 more deep breath. Good, you know what's up. We're gonna turn out that left foot. Ooh, each one stings. And then gently, if you want to, let's meet in forearms. But even in forearms, keeping that lengthened torso, Proud chest, shoulders and neck are relaxed. Still thinking squaring off in the hips as you breathe. Let that right quad just relax. Hip is just deepening into the ground. One more deep breath. Gorgeous. Gently coming up to palms. Let's walk this left foot over for pigeon. I don't know if you all are feeling it. Gently come down into pigeon, but around the 15-second mark, as we hold our third breath, you might start to feel some tingling. And that's those muscle fibers really giving in to what we're asking them to do. Those tendons are giving way to the stretch. So that's why we really want to give it that 30 seconds of intentional time. Coming down to forearms or all the way down to straight arms if that feels good in your body. Ooh. We'll usually have a side that's tighter than the other. This one is certainly mine. Two more deep breaths. Ooh. Let yourself relax. Gently come up. Really, really great, you all. Okay, back to runner stretch with left foot forward. Ooh. We're gonna gently shift forward so we're on the muscle, and I'm gonna take my right arm back and reach for that right foot. Now this is enough tension for me. If you want, the next time you do this or on this right side, to push your foot into your hand, that creates a little more heat. But even this pose alone is enough for me. So that's just an option if you need a little more. Give me 3 more deep breaths here, dear ones. Let's focus as we breathe and sink those hips. Oh, help, Lord. You got this. And one more. Incredible. Okay, you all. Oh, we're done with the lunging section of this. Now, I want you to keep your pillow or towel handy, and we're going to scoot our mat closer to a wall, or maybe pause the video and get near a wall if you aren't already. This one is brutal, but we have 2 more stretches and then we're there. Okay, dear ones, so the way we're going to do this one is back up our right knee all the way to the wall. So my knee is going to be on the floor. This is where you would place that towel or pillow if you have it. And then we're going to put our shin against the wall. It's pretty brutal. So let's have our hands right in front of the mat. I'm going to gently place, again, on the muscle, not the kneecap, my right leg near the wall. My shin and foot are against the wall, if you can see that. And then I'm going to come into a little lunge here, making sure my left toe is not, the knee isn't beyond the toe here. And I'm just gonna chill here, checking out your hips, making sure that those are still square. So the left hip is gonna wanna come forward, bring her back, or bring the right hip forward. Awesome. And as those hips square, dear one, if you would like to come up, that is totally fine, but do make sure that you only come up. This is very hard for me to keep my hips square. Some people can do it. Only come up so far as you can, keeping that right hip forward. I know. This is the last bad one, I promise. We're almost there. Not putting too much pressure on this, the hands that are on this leg, if they're there. They're just there to steady the torso. Keep breathing. Give me 3 more deep breaths. Again, relax shoulders, relax face and neck, and you You are a unicorn. Proud of that long torso. One more deep breath. Woo! Wait. Hands come down. Gently bring that knee forward. And you know what's up. We're gonna go to the other side. So hands come down. Let's gently bring that left foot back. Shin and foot are on the wall. Great. Right foot comes forward. Make sure that your knee is not beyond those toes underneath it. Square out those hips. Left hip is gonna be the one that we want to come forward now. And as we chill here, maybe try coming up. Again, this is my tighter side, so I might not come up all the way. Of course, we want to be even on each side, but we also don't want to push it. And we want to honor that one side might need just a little more time and breath. Again, dear one, as you breathe, see if that breath can send release to the part where it hurts. And we're gently encouraging, we're not forcefully pushing. 2 more deep breaths, you got this. Tall, proud, relaxed. As we deepen the stretch. 1 more deep breath. Oh yes, oh yes. Okay, unravel outside of that. We have 1 more stretch today. We're gonna come up to seated on your mat, and I'm gonna have you swing your right foot toward the glute. The top of your foot is gonna be touching the mat, and we're just gonna sink back. Now, on this, your lower back is gonna be wanting to arch and be like, Mom, I can help you. We're gonna wanna tuck her under, making sure that I almost feel hollow in the core. You should really feel that in this quad, this right quad. Now, babes, if that feels good, come on down to your forearms. Keep that lower back tucked under, the pelvis is tilted forward. And then if that feels good, scoot down a little bit. We're gonna come all the way down to lying down. Now, as you're here, I want you to also feel like you're pressing your knee into the mat. So it's not just floating in midair. We're trying to keep the knee and shin on the mat. Pelvis still tucked forward. This is hard, isn't it? But as always, relaxing into it, easing in. Press that knee into the mat. 1 more deep breath. Gorgeous. Gently bring that right foot forward. Hands go underneath your legs. Let's do the left side. So we're going to start with both feet out in front. Left heel comes to the left glute. Let's get it started. We're going to back up. How's this feel? If that feels good, again, honor each side. Pelvis is tucked forward, check her out. And then maybe come all the way to lying down, but make sure the hips are forward, the knees pressing into the mat. Relax your neck and shoulders. Give me 3 more deep breaths here. Stretching through that quad that did so much work. Good. Gently release the left side. Roll on back up. And my loves, you did it. Thank you so much. Let me know what post-workout stretches you want to see next, what muscle groups you need to really focus on. And I hope you enjoy this. I know I'm definitely going to be watching this after some leg days just to motivate myself to actually do the stretches. So I hope you do too. I'll catch you all in the next one.